Hello there guys, it's the Drowsy Dragon here with 10 more tips for player housing in World of Warcraft. Let's jump straight into it. So, you can make use of the ability to visit your friends' houses to bypass the cooldown on your housing, Hearthstone. If yours is on cooldown, then just choose a friend and right click on their portrait or their name in your friends list or in the guild roster and click View Homes. If they do have two homes, one Horde, one Alliance, then pick the one in the neighbourhood that you want to go to and just simply visit their house. It'll take you straight there and then you can fly over to your house. Now there seems to be zero cooldown on this, so this may get patched out, but for now you can make use of permanent teleports with no cooldown. Second tip is about leveling your home. Now you do have the house level track. Currently the only reliable way to level your house during housing early access is through the collection of decor items. So eventually we're going to get endeavours, and that's probably going to be the best way to level your house. But for now we need to do lots of collecting. Now, not every piece of decor is going to give you house XP when you learn it, but it does always tell you on the tooltip if it will. The basic stuff from the town centre won't, but anything that is crafted, that drops from a boss or comes from reputation, usually does give you rep. It is possible to get your house all the way to level 5 currently within early access, and this does increase your indoor budget by quite a large amount, and also increases the amount of rooms that you can actually place in your house. So this is definitely something nice to work on for these initial months of housing. Tip number 3 is to clean out your class halls. Now it really is worth visiting every class hall on any character that you've played through on either the normal game, during Legion, or in, of course, Legion Remix itself. There are lots of very cool class-themed items that you can buy for Order Hall resources. Now you're going to need quite a lot of Order Hall resources for this. You may notice at these vendors that there's some that are locked behind an achievement that we currently can't get, which is to recruit 20 followers. This is a little bit disappointing for now because there's nothing we can really do about this, but hopefully this will get fixed soon. Tip 4 is to do crafting yourself in order to save yourself some big gold. Now, some expansions crafting is very easy to level up. The only difficult ones really are Legion, as there's a lot of quests involved with some of them, and then Dragonflight especially. That one's very difficult to level up in certain professions. But by leveling up a profession from any expansion, you normally unlock 2 or more recipes that you can craft for decor items. The recipes just simply being learned from the vendor, so you don't need to do any difficult farms or, silly requirements to unlock these recipes. You just get the skill level, buy it from the vendor, and then off you go. All you need then are the materials, and you can just buy those off the auction house, and then you just need the lumber yourself to make the item. Lumber, of course, being the new resource that came in with housing. But this will save you currently thousands upon thousands of gold. Some items right now are super expensive on the auction house. The prices should come down over time, so you could just wait for some of these things. Alternatively, you could use the work order system as well. But the crafting side of things, especially with some professions such as the Outland ones, or even some of the War Within ones, they're really not that hard to level them up yourself. Tip number 5 relates to the previous one, so it's get the harvesting hatchet on all of your characters. Now, you simply get this from the town centre. It's a quest that you've got to do, and then you can buy it from the vendor. Remember that you need to actually complete the quest and buy the item from the vendor. Don't just complete the quest and then run away, like I did, twice. So the vendors are either Ziz Row in the Razorwind Shores for the Horde, or Lestia Goodstrike in Founders Point for Alliance. You can find them here on the map. Once you get the hatchet, do check if it's toggled on by reading the tooltip on the item. If it says click to show, then it's not active. If it says click to hide, then it is active. So buy the hatchet, toggle it on, and just keep it in your bags and you're good to go. Remember that when you're flying around, there currently is no lumber in Draenor for some reason. But what you can do instead is collect lumber from Outland and then trade that in your town hall in your neighbourhood. And so it's 5 lumber at a time. You can trade the Outland lumber for the Olemba lumber, which you can use to craft items from the Warlords of Draenor expansion. Tip number 6 is to check out the Cursed Goods vendor if you want some spiderwebs or cobwebs for your home. Now, these are a little bit of a sneaky vendor. There's one in both neighbourhoods, Horde and Alliance. Horde, you've got Lanomia, and she's found here on the map, and Alliance have Classer in Founders Point, she is found here. So you can just basically buy cobwebs. As if you didn't have enough cleaning up to do in real life, you now have to clean up your in-game house as well. I won't be offended if you don't thank me for this one, by the way. Tip 7 is don't snooze on dyes. And I've got this one on the list because people definitely are forgetting about dyes. Dyes can massively change up the theme or feel of a room. It is easy to get stuck into decorating so much and completely forget about dyes, but you can get them really easily. So alchemy and inscription are the professions that are tied to the dye system. You can use these to get inks and then craft them into dyes using the table at the neighbourhoods. However, they're not that expensive to buy on the auction house, so you could just quickly stock up there if you wanted to. The best thing to do is when you're doing your decorating, test the dyes on an item. You can preview them by pressing the third button on the House Edit Mode action bar and try some different dyes. Take a note of the name of the dye and jot down what you want and how many you'll need, and then head to the auction house and just buy them. Now remember that it's one dye per piece per slot, so if I want to dye this item that's got 3 slots, if I wanted to dye it completely red, I would need 3 red dyes, not just 1 per item, if that makes sense. Remember, you can head to the auction house and then use your house hearthstone to get back, and if you find you need more dyes, you can just use the return to previous location button to go back to the auction house. Making use of these tools is going to save you a lot of time. Tip number 8 is about precise decor turning. Now, when you are scaling and rotating decor, you can use the shift key to get more precise adjustments. Thank you to Crane Walrus in my guild for this tip. So by holding shift while scaling an item, you will always jump to the nearest 10. And when you hold scale while rotating, it will move up in increments of 5. So this should make it a lot easier to get those perfect adjustments without having to move around with the precision of a stormtrooper. Tip number 9 is floor plan ideas. Now, you can make use of the WoW Housing Database Hub for floor plan ideas as well. They've got a tool on there specifically for this, where users can upload their own floor plans, or you can use the tool to create your own and test things out on there as well, even if you're not currently logged into the game. Now this is really good for generating ideas. If you are somebody that's struggling to come up with a plan, then use this tool. Remember, there's no harm in copying someone else's idea, because it might then give you the inspiration to create something of your own too. And combined with this is tip number 10, which is to add additional floors. I have seen a lot of people that don't know that this is a thing, so you can add multiple floors to your house. The way to do this is when you are in the floor plan edit mode of the house editing tool, which is the last button on the action bar, you can then go to the very bottom right hand corner and click on the little up arrow to go to the second floor and add rooms there. So click the arrows in the bottom right hand corner to toggle between floors, and then while you're on the floor above, you simply click the yellow nodes to add rooms to them. And there we have it guys, 10 more tips for housing. So if you didn't catch the first video, where there was actually 12 extra tips for housing, I highly recommend watching that one as well as this one. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope these tips were helpful to you in some capacity. Please consider leaving the video a like if it was helpful to you, and subscribe to the channel for more guides and content all about World of Warcraft from myself, the Drowsy Dragon. Thank you very much for watching guys, have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!